Welcome back, adventurers, to an extremely busy night at Halloween Horror Nights. We check out a lot of scare zones and had a couple failed attempts at trying to watch Nightmare Fuel, so make sure you hang out with us today as we make another trip back to Halloween Horror Nights. I don't know what y'all are waiting on. It's Sunday night, which means Halloween Horror Nights once again here. So welcome back, adventurers, to another trip out to Halloween Horror Nights. We gotta head on in. We are gonna be here with some friends tonight, especially with one person who's their very first time to Halloween Horror Nights. We're gonna get to see their reaction. They're not gonna go through any of the houses, but tonight we're finally gonna get to see Nightmare Fuel. So if you haven't done so, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, and welcome back to Horror Nights. Come on, let's go. We're running a little late already, so let's go. Let's go. Y'all, come on. All right, come on. Let's go. Always one of the best sights is seeing this medallion and then taking a nice little walk right under it as well. Just means the best time of the year here is finally upon us. You know, this is our 5th trip, but doesn't matter. Still gonna be fun. And back into the park. And I like they actually fixed the O. Last week when we were here, the outer part of the O was actually burnt out. So I'm really excited because today it's gonna be fun. It's another little trip, and I also get to see shows. And as usual, start out the night by heading to Origins of Horror Scare Zone. Well, something's missing over here. So right here was where you did the backstage or the backlot club to get your free card or to check in for your free card. It's missing right now, so I'm trying to figure out where it is. So because this is usually where it is, unless they moved it just over to 5 and Dime, and you just outright just do it in the app, but like it's missing. I don't where to go, but like where it be, because like I like getting the card. We'll find it, don't worry, and I'll let you know where it is. All right, so let's do our quick update on wait times. It is 8:30 right now. Not quite the busiest time of the night yet, but lowest wait time in the park is only 45 minutes, and that's for the Y at 6. For right now, Dolls Let's Play is 50, Grave Flesh is 50, LRT says an hour, HHN Change is 65, Fallout 70, Gulkin's 85, not worth it in my opinion. Terrifier's 90, Jason's 110, and Five Nights at Freddy's 120. So not the wait times I kind of anticipated. I will say tonight's weather is not nearly as wonderful as it was the other night. So our plan also is to try to go see either the 9:30 showing for Nightmare Fuel or the 11 o'clock for Nightmare Fuel, because we do want to see that show, because I want to see how that compares to the last few years that they've been doing it. So I did learn something. So last week we talked about the fact that it seems like Art the Clown is no longer roaming. Apparently that's not the case. Apparently he is roaming more infrequently or less often, in the sense of, even though that was the same word, I don't know why I said it that way, in the sense that they didn't want to get rid of him, but they are trying to be more mindful about how much he is out and about. Apparently it's super early in the night and like stay and scream, and then super late at night near the closing time is what I've heard. He mostly hangs around like in this area. It talks at 20s, Club Horror, down by where the zombie car hops are, and the Masquerade Ball. Those are kind of the areas you'll see him if he is going to be out and about. Now again, just be mindful that he is roaming, so please don't try to go intentionally grabbing at him. Don't like surround him. And if you want to interact with him, just let him come to you. That's the honest truth I can tell you. Let him come to you. He'll interact with you if he wants to, and those are going to be better than a forced interaction. And I always will say, the Mel's Dine-In has been such a staple of Halloween Horror Nights for so long that I'm not just so happy that they also brought back the zombie car hops, and those are so much fun because I love those rolling around on the skates and the way they interact. It is so much fun, and I'm glad they added that this year. Time to head through the Masquerade Scare Zone. This is honestly one of my favorite. I think the cat lady one's one of my favorite, but I do love this one. I'm gonna tell you first and foremost, this fog machine is working overtime for some great views of this scare zone. It is like the perfect amount. See how it kind of hangs? It's like perfect. So I'm just gonna say already tonight has not been a very good night for us for horror nights. So we came in and when we got parked, we have different parking we go to for horror nights and stuff. And they didn't send us to the right place to the point that we had to leave all the way out of the park and come all the way back around and waste about 20 to 30 minutes. And then just now, I was trying to go get Kayla's, get a return time with the attraction assistant pass. And they've never given me issues in the past for getting it. But like when I went up to it just now, they're like, well, where's Kayla? I go, she's in a gift shop. And they're like, she has to be on to redeem it. And I'm just like, I don't remember. I'm like, I'm getting a return time, not to redeem. So I don't know, tonight's been weird. I'm not 100% sure why it's the case because it just seems like Universal's not on their game tonight. And also it's a lot busier than I anticipated it being tonight. So that's maybe another thing that's causing concern and issues. It's just busy. And I'm not sure why, because last week was cooler and a better weather night and way less busy than it is tonight. It was going to be really interesting to see how popular are the plushies for Five Nights at Freddy's, because these are the things that just came out last week. I'm actually not too surprised. I'm actually kind of surprised by the fact that there are still quite a lot of them, including a whole wall of them. It's really funny, Universal's really pushing the jackets and sweatshirts right now, and yet it is still 80 plus degrees out here. Like, see, maybe this being needed near the end, like during October, but like the jackets and stuff aren't quite needed quite yet, in my opinion. We are still pretty much humid every night. Last week was an anomaly. It was perfect weather. Tonight, back to the humidity and the grossness that is nighttime horror night adventures. This is the first time I've ever seen Art roaming in person. He's actually right over there. That is actually amazing. I'm so happy. I thought I would never see him roam because of the time it to come. Guess he's heading off to go either change or go cause some more mayhem. All right, time to head on into Mutation Toxic 20s. One of the scare zone right here in the New York area. Get to interact or see Art up close, it really makes me happy to see that he is roaming at 9:30 at night during probably the busiest part of the night. So that just tells you that at least it does look like he did not get completely cut. There have been a lot of rumors that he had been completely cut, especially from roaming, but it looks like that's not the case, and he still gets to roam, and we get still get Art the Clown content. Hopefully we'll get to see him at least a couple times in person, much closer, to have interaction with him. And I'm gonna put it out there, my hot take of Horror Night so far is that the Tribute Store is a massive flop this year. It's a little bit too hectic, a little bit too chaotic, a little bit too like claustrophobic. Especially for the years past that we've seen it, because like I'm really frustrated that it did not, like, they didn't put it in the normal spot or even gave it a chance. So it has created, I mean, and I get it. It's nice because they have all the stuff that's now a little bit more spread out throughout the park, but like Tribute Store was a whole attraction in itself, and it's always something fun to check out. So maybe next year. So I did find where the Backlot Club tower is it's pretty much where the entrance to the Mummy is. It's right next to the lockers right here to scan in. But it showed when I scanned just now that it looked like that the it's for last week's card. So I'm not 100% sure if I don't know why it's not showing I got the new one for this week. So at some point we'll go over and check it out, see if we can get the card. But they do seem like I have a lot of those. So even if we miss it, next week when we come back, we'll come back and get more. Something we will be doing with those cards is we'll probably be doing giveaways with those. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel because we will be doing for our subscribers only. Fortunately, I learned a thing not to do. Don't inhale the fog. As much as it's good to smell it, don't breathe it in. I almost choked on it earlier when I was at Masquerade Ball of Death because, yikes. It really feels like that it is really busy out today. And I'm not sure why, because I thought like with it being Sunday and like it being a little bit warmer, maybe it wouldn't be as busy, but like it has been horribly busy tonight. Like going through all the scare zones, I don't feel like I'm getting as good scares with the scare actors. The houses are all very long waits. Not sure what the deal is. I'm kind of hoping that we don't have to worry about getting the Nightmare fuel because I don't want to get there an hour before just to stand and wait. So hopefully it's not as bad. Maybe it'll go down a little bit, but I'm currently kind of stalking this spot because Art has been coming by this way multiple times. And so I'm just waiting to see if maybe he comes back out again. I don't think so because I feel like he's one of those things where he does show up and then you don't see him for a hot minute. But the fact we've seen him twice warms my heart a little bit. All right, time to do El Artista Spanish Haunting again. See if it still holds up as my #1 house. The only downside with this house is that even though you merge right here, you still have to go all the way out underneath Rip Ride Rocket, all the way to the back, all the way to the soundstage. It's one of the longest walks you have to make post the merge point. Friggin' last time we were over in this area was the night that it absolutely poured on us. And I remember standing in this line waiting to go in El Artista and just thinking how much it was pouring. Still wild though. It's pretty crazy that it's weird that they literally let us go right underneath this. And probably, I would say almost in the next couple of weeks, we could see this section of Rip Ride finally being taken down. The big thing is whenever they finally start tearing down the lift hill. This is insane still thinking. Like I said, depending on what this ends up being, it's gonna be something wild. It's gonna have to go through this back area. So it's gonna have this like walk path like they have it set up now because you gotta get to the sound stages. Really still feels like it's gonna be Ghostbusters, could also be Back to the Future. It's gonna be some sort of launching coaster because launching coasters is like Universal's bread and butter right now of coasters, like their top coasters. But when they start tearing down the lift and the non-inverting loop, it's gonna be wild because the whole back end is already torn down. That end is also turned down. They are moving at a rapid pace to take this down. So still for sure #1 house so far this year. It's very much, the scares are good. I love that finally get the gargoyles always flying. They always are very good with the corners and the way they come around. But the house is just an absolutely beautiful house. I am always blown away every time I walk through the house how beautiful it was. The funny thing is knowing that we've been through it now a couple of times, I can tell you where the scare actors should be. So when they're not there, it's kind of funny because I'm like looking and I'm like, are we not going to get jump scared? And then sometimes they're in a different spot than normal. So, but for sure, still #1 house. All right, we're going to be doing Dolls Let's Play Dead, and we were going to try to see the show at 11, but now we're going to push that off to 12:30. And I kind of give you what's going on with that because it was a little bit hectic. Patty, did you like that one? That was actually a lot better the first time we did the run through. Patricia hated that one. I heard her scream more than anyone else, so that was absolutely wild. But man, now I gotta figure out what we want to get because originally we were gonna try to do the 11 o'clock show and then do Doll and then I think be done. But we still want to see the show, so let's go see what we can get a return time for. Maybe Terrifier, maybe Five Nights. We'll see. So unfortunately tonight we're not gonna be able to do Nightmare Fuel, and I'm kind of bummed by it because something they changed this year. If you have the Attractions Assistant Pass, aka the Disability Pass, you cannot use it for Nightmare Fuel because they do need to have as much space available for those in scooters, wheelchairs, and stuff stuff like that. The difference is that Caleb has a hard time with stairs right now, and we had asked, what do we do? So what he said we have to do is we have to get in the regular standby line, and then once we get close, then it would be we would be able to then ask to not do stairs because of Caleb's not being able to do it. So it's kind of bumming because like they changed it up and they didn't really tell anyone. And I think that's a big problem on Universal is that there's a change that they'll make and they won't communicate anything. They'll make a change to like the attraction pass. They'll make it certain things. It's frustrating because things constantly are changing always. So just keep that in mind if you have an attraction assistant pass here for Universal. You cannot use it for Nightmare Philly. You have to go into the regular standard line, unfortunately.
Get down from there. No, get back into your bed. The children will come to you. Don't you worry about it. They're okay. Look at what the cat dragged in. Oh, what a deer. Are you dressed up like a deer? Deary me. Oh, well, I need to give you a treat. Yes, come up here. A treat, no tricks. Now, I seem to be out of candy, but yes, I do have a treat. Come, my child. Try some of this. Sweeter than honey, rarer than my hairless cats. Oh, just a sip, just a taste. Yes. Every bottle is filled with transformative, with love. Oh my! Bless your heart. There's water on the table. Make sure to wash it all down. Just weak as a kitten.
Alright, one more scare zone for the night. First gotta stop by the zombies first to see what they've got, anything good. And in the Masquerade scare zone. This one's a really good one. The cat lady might be my favorite, but this one is right up there with it. Scare zones are all good this year, actually, let's be real. Well, despite it being a much busier night and kind of somewhat a little bit frustrating at points tonight, it's still a great time to come out. Like, I was thinking about like the fact that like I'm like, oh, you know, certain things happen. We were frustrated. It seemed busier, yada yada. But you know what? Still had fun. Got through a couple of houses. Got through all Artista and dolls. So for sure was a good night and got through all the scare zones. And even our friend Dom, who is terrified of this stuff, was able to come out and do all the scare zones. Our friend Patricia was able to do the 2 houses with us as well. But overall, it's already about midnight. We're worn out. We're tired, so we are gonna go ahead and call it for this trip. Didn't get to Fallout yet, but that should be happening either next week or the week after, very soon. So with all that being said though, as we do head out from another fantastic trip out to Halloween Horror Nights this year, we'll see y'all on the next adventure.